So, our podcast explores politics and culture through depth, which is a way to say, from a culturally Black perspective, I see you. Your book gives serious depth on the struggle of Black folks to persist in higher education. I felt the I see you vibe throughout the book while I was reading. So, we always begin our conversations with a personal reflection on depth. Tell us, Adam, where did you grow up and what was your earliest memory of depth?
Yeah. So I grew up a little bit everywhere. My dad was in the Air Force. And so I was born in San Antonio. We lived in Alabama and Hawaii and Korea and Virginia and just a little bit of everywhere. But my earliest memory of dad was actually with my dad. Um, Before bed, I'm pretty sure we were in San Antonio at the time. I was in kindergarten at Fernandez Elementary School, and I was like having issues with like going to sleep. Um, and My dad's an alpha, and so I'd always like seen him like grip folks up and do stuff like that whenever he was hanging out with his fraternity brothers. Um, and So I was like, I want a cool handshake with you too. And it was like the first, he was like, okay, well, we start with the basics. And, he gave me the basic dap. And then we just sort of built on that. As a handshake, we still do to this day. But that was the first memory I had of like legitimately dapping somebody up. And he was like, yeah, you have to have the basics down. And that's, you can build from there and do more stuff. But if you have the basics, like, slide the hands in, make them connect, like, and then pop it off. Like it's,
Yeah,
I
I
remember,
love that. This was kindergarten.
yeah, this was kindergarten.
This might be one of our youngest memories,
Yeah.
Rhonda. What do you?
Yeah, I would have to confirm that that is definitely one of the earliest. It leads me to think that your dad wanted you to be set up right and tight from jump. Like you can't go out in this world messing around.
Yeah, he was he was strict, but he was also, he wanted to ensure that we had everything that we needed and that we were prepared to go out into the world and be successful. You know, I'm also remembering he used to drive me like 2.5 hours to go to AAU practices when I was in high school. And this would be like after work or like on the weekends. And so he was always kind of trying to position us so that we were in a situation that we could be successful and always like encouraging us um, to do whatever we wanted. But he always said it starts with the foundation, right? So with the DAP, it's like it starts with just that basic handshake with your, like if you want to write a book, it starts with reading. Like all of these, like you have to get the fundamentals down in order to do things. And he would just provide. I mean, he just provided so much for us. Between him and my mom, they really just gave us that foundation to build upon.
Wow.